There are an estimated 47 million of these people in America right now. At the end, you will know whether your best friend is one. You're born as a baby with a deep primal fear of being perceived as needy. Other bobbies cry for milk. You cry because the bottle is labeled with a brand commitment. Your first word is complicated, not mama, not dada, complicated. Your parents are in a stable marriage. They do not understand. Your mom shows you a picture of a cat. You say it's giving situationship energy. You are 2 years old. Your childhood is defined by ambiguous agreements. You trade your pudding cup for half a granola bar, but only if the other kid agrees it's not a trade, it's a vibe. You get a gold star in kindergarten. You correct the teacher. You say you're not a star student, you're a star-aligned entity. She moves your seat to the back of the class. You see this as a promotion. You tell your parents you have a best friend. You have never spoken to that child, but you feel a connection. You feel it in your soul. You learn to weaponize therapy speak from PBS kids. Other kids ask to share. You ask to co-create a space of mutual resource allocation. The other kid gives you the crayon just to make you stop talking. You consider this a victory. You have a crayon, you have peace of mind. By age 9, you have your first ambiguous arrangement with the neighbor's dog. You tell your mom you're just seeing where it goes. It's a golden retriever named Max. Max is 12, he just wants treats. You have your first crush in 5th grade, on a kid named Tyler. You do not speak to Tyler. You observe Tyler from a distance of 30 feet for 4 months. You write his name in your trapper keeper. You draw a question mark next to it. Your friend asks if you like him. You say you appreciate his energetic frequency. She tells Tyler. Tyler asks if you want to be boyfriend-girlfriend. You panic. You say you're exploring platonic frontiers. Tyler calls you weird. You cry. You tell your mom Tyler wasn't ready for your depth. And just like that, you reach the most insufferable period of being a situationship apologist. You're a teenage situationship apologist. Other teenagers have relationships. You have connections that are undefined but deeply felt. You get a text that says, hey. You spend 47 minutes dissecting the punctuation with your one friend who gets it. Was it hey with a period? A period implies finality. A lack of period implies openness. A single exclamation point is too eager. You settle on hey with a period, but also a winky face emoji. This is your Rosetta Stone. You go on dates to the Applebee's. You split the two for 20. You say you're not splitting it, you're engaging in a collaborative culinary experience with no expectations. You do not kiss goodnight, you engage in a platonic forehead proximity check to gauge compatibility. They go home confused. You go home and update your notes app. You have a note titled Vibe Check September. It contains 3 bullet points. One reads ambient compatibility medium high. Another reads sauce sharing protocol promising. The third is a single question mark. Comment your best notes app bullet point below. We know you have them. You have a situationship for 11 months. They ask you what you are. You say you are 2 complex individuals exploring a dynamic. They ask if you're seeing other people. You say you're prioritizing organic connection over artificial exclusivity constructs. They cry, you hand them a tissue. You say you appreciate their emotional availability. They block you on Instagram, WhatsApp, and Venmo. You take this as a sign the connection was never meant to be linear. You feel profound. You are profoundly alone. You join a Discord server for people who like abstract art. You become the moderator of the ambiguous chat channel. You enforce a rule against direct questions. Someone asks what time the movie night is. You give them a 24-hour timeout. You post a meditation on the fluidity of time. 3 people leave the server. You see this as a natural pruning of incompatible energies. You have a Discord crush. You never DM them. You react to their messages with the eyes emoji for 2 years. They get married. You react with the heart emoji. And then you become an adult with the apologist genes in full bloom. Your professional life is a masterclass in non-commitment. You are a contractor, not a full-time employee. A project-based collaborative partner. Your boss asks for a deadline. You say you're targeting a soft launch window contingent on stakeholder alignment. You miss the deadline. You say the project evolved. You get paid via PayPal. You do not get health insurance. You consider this freedom. Subscribe so you can keep crying about people you've definitely met. New roast every Tuesday. Your dating profile is a work of abstract art. Your Hinge prompt is I'm looking for someone who gets that not everything needs a label. Your photos are all of you looking thoughtfully into the middle distance at a farmer's market. You have 0 photos with another human. You get matches with people who have the same bio. You talk for weeks. You never meet. You agree that the potential of meeting is more beautiful than the reality could ever be. You consider this a victory. You have 0 dates. You have peace of mind. You spend $300 on a dating coach. They tell you to be direct. You fire them. You say their methodology lacks nuance. You join a book club. It's not a book club. It's a collective reading experience. You read 7 pages of a Sally Rooney novel. You spend the entire meeting talking about the tension between the characters. You never finish the book. The group asks you to leave. You say the group's energy became incompatible with your reading journey. You buy a plant. You tell people it's your emotional support fern. You name it maybe. You meet someone wonderful at a friend's wedding. They have a name, a job, and clear intentions. They ask you out for Saturday. You say you have to check your Vibe calendar. They laugh, thinking you're joking. You are not joking. You have a Google Calendar titled Vibe Forecast. Saturday is marked potential for low energy alignment. You suggest next Thursday. Thursday has high openness metrics. They say never mind. You feel relieved. The pressure of a set plan was stifling. You go home and watch 3 episodes of Love is Blind. You take notes. Your friends stage an intervention. They use a whiteboard. They draw a diagram of your last 5 almost relationships. The lines do not connect. They ask what you want. You say you want a connection that transcends traditional paradigms. They ask if you want to get married someday. You say marriage is a beautiful construct for some, but you're more interested in a lifelong coevolution. Your best friend cries. She says she just wants you to be happy. You hug her. You say happiness is a spectrum, not a destination. She blocks your number for 2 days. You download the audio meditation app. You do not meditate. You listen to a podcast about attachment theory. You diagnose yourself as a secure avoidant hybrid. You tell your therapist. Your therapist, a 64-year-old woman from Ohio, does not know what that means. She suggests you try just asking someone for coffee. You write this down. You call it an interesting data point. You never do it. The thought of coffee with a stated purpose gives you hives. Comment cope below if this is hitting too close to home. We see you. You have a situationship with someone who lives in another time zone. It's perfect. The lag allows for thoughtful, non-reactive response crafting. You meet twice a year when they're in town. You have a great time. You never discuss the future. You call it a transcontinental understanding. One day they get a real job in the real city. They ask you to define thing. You suggest a quarterly check-in call. They marry someone else within 18 months. You are a guest at the wedding. You give a toast about the beauty of unexpected journeys. Years pass. You are 34. Your Vibe calendar is a masterpiece of avoidance. You use the phrase seeing where it goes in professional emails. Your performance review says lacks clear deliverables. You frame this and hang it in your apartment. You tell guests it's a tribute to emergent strategy. You get a Costco membership. You do not have a car. You take the bus to Costco once. You buy a 48-pack of toilet paper. You carry it home on the bus. You consider this a metaphor for your life. You are carrying a bulk commitment alone on public transit. You turn 40. Your emotional support fern maybe dies. You mourn it as your longest commitment. You get a cat from the shelter. You tell people it's a foster to adopt scenario. You have the cat for 11 years. Its name is Cat. You never officially adopt it. The shelter stops calling. You age. Your friends have spouses, children, concrete things. You have a beautifully curated Instagram feed of sunsets and coffee mugs. Your captions are quotes about freedom. Your DMs are a graveyard of haze you never answered. The ambiguity becomes less a philosophy and more a cage you built yourself. You attend a family reunion. A cousin asks if you're seeing anyone. You say you're in a season of self-partnership. They nod. They do not understand. They are a tax accountant with 2 kids in a minivan. They have never had a season. They have only had years in sequence. You feel a pang. You go home and make a vision board. It is a collage of images cut from magazines. There are no people in the images, only landscapes, empty chairs, and doorways slightly ajar. You pin it above your desk. You look at it every day. It feels like possibility. It feels like emptiness. Your legacy is a trail of confused hearts and unfinished conversations. You write a memoir. It's a series of interconnected essays with no through line. The title is Another Potentiality. It sells 87 copies. 60 of them are bought by you to give as gifts. The gifts are never given. They sit in a box in your closet next to the Raspberry Pi from childhood. You die at age 82. Your obituary reads she lived life on her own terms. It is written by a nephew who met you twice. He had to guess. He guessed wrong. All jokes aside, these are exaggerations. Internet caricatures born on social media and spread like wildfire. Yes, the fear of premature labeling and the desire for low-pressure connections is real, but turning Situationship Apologist into a universal punchline reduces real people to a single stereotype. Most people who hesitate to define relationships are navigating genuine anxiety, past hurt, or a simple desire to let things grow naturally. Behind every meme is a real person doing their best, often afraid of getting hurt or of hurting someone else. So laugh at the absurdity, but remember that clear communication is a skill, not a trap, and it's okay to want something undefined as long as you're not using vagueness as a shield to avoid your own feelings.